The original Engelbert Humperdinck was the composer of Hansel and Gretel. And that's where his manager said, that's your new name. His name was Jerry Dorsey at the time.
Hi friends, I'm here with Joel Diamond, and he is a prolific producer. Lots and lots of platinum records, gold records, and a couple Grammys, of course. And who did you produce?
I've produced everything from classical to hip-hop and everything in between. I've done 109 recordings with Engelbert Humperdinck. Helen Reddy, I produced her last album. Gloria Gaynor. I created the entire music career for David Hasselhoff in Germany.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really has a huge following in Europe because he's a singer. That's you.
He wasn't a singer before me.
Yeah. Well, you took somebody and you really gave him a career then.
Oh yeah, I met him in New York. Originally, he came to my penthouse when I was living in New York City. It was after Knight Rider and before Baywatch. And he saw my platinum gold records on the wall and he said, all I ever want to do is sing. Nobody would give him a deal. I said, David, I can't believe that. So I took money out of my pocket. I had my record label with Sony at the time, which I still do. And we went in to record an album. The album bombed terribly, horrible. I get a call 1 year later from Sony International, and they said to me, do you know you have the #1 album in Germany this week? You're outselling Michael Jackson and Madonna combined. I actually had to say, with who? I had no idea.
Oh my gosh, good investment.
Oh, a good investment. Yeah, so 4 million albums, yeah.
Well, with a name like Herr Hasselhoff, how do you lose?
Or Humperdinck, for that matter. He's a German composer. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know he was German.
That's how he borrowed his name. The original Engelbert Humperdinck was the composer of Hansel and Gretel. And that's where his manager said, that's your new name. His name was Jerry Dorsey at the time.
Well, I have a lot of fun talking to people, and it always comes full circle a couple of times if we talk for a while. But I used to do Baywatch once upon a time as well.
Did you really? Wow, cool.
Yeah, got a lot of interesting credits. Probably older than you think I am.
Nah, never let age be your cage.
Right, but I can still wear a gownless evening strap, which is very important.
And you wear it well.
Thanks. We're having some fun here. Tell me about Bob Anderson.
I think he's wonderful. He's very special. He's very unique, and he's extremely talented. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that can mimic like that, there is definitely a whole world just for that because it amuses people to no end.
Oh yeah, and I mentioned to Bob right before the show that not many people know it. I met with Sinatra many times, and it was my concept to do his duets album. That was my idea. Yeah.
I own that. Yeah, I love Frank Sinatra. When I was literally a kid, like 18, I went to see him about 8 times, mostly in Chicago, Vegas, around.
Right. I've seen his show many times too, because his manager is a very good friend of mine also. I will never forget when I went to see him in Atlantic City when I was living in New York City at the time. I took Joe Pesci with me. Before Raging Bull, I know Joe 50 years. I used to produce records with Joe Pesci.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I took Joe to see Sinatra, and Jerry Weintraub was there backstage. And Jerry said, I know you, kid. I just had a screening at my house for Raging Bull. And I'll never forget Jerry Weintraub saying to him, you are the most talented person that I ever met that I never know, that I never heard of. And that was the beginning.
And we've heard of him now. You know, it's funny. Last night, I literally, in the background, when I was getting ready for bed, I was watching Lethal Weapon. And of course, he was doing the Leo Gets.
Leo Gets. He was great. You know?
My Cousin Vinny, a classic that we'll never forget.
When you think about his span, I mean, there's not many actors that could be that funny and that threatening like it was in Casino and Goodfellas.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Joe's always had that ability. I did a Christmas record with him also.
Oh my gosh. That's unbelievable.
That's what I'm saying. I've done everything from hip-hop to classical and everything in between.
That's amazing. Well, what's on the horizon?
I just signed a new R&B singer from Florida. I found on TikTok. I comb TikTok every day looking for new talent, and this guy just wiped me out, knocked my socks off. And then actually the last 4 days I've been recording with him. And then I'm working with the most famous opera singer in Europe. I can't say her name yet, but we're doing a whole different concept for opera. And the only classical thing I've ever done before, I had a group of 5 piano players called the Five Browns. We had 3 consecutive #1 albums in Billboard. 5 siblings who all played piano at the same time.
Well, I like things done excellently, and I can tell you do too. So you have a very, very wide reach. You're just completely open. You're like ready and open.
I always like to fill that void, fill that hole. Even when I produced Engelbert's After the Loving, there was nothing on the radio sounded like it. Nothing. And that's why I knew we could just cut through like a hot knife through butter.
I wish I could sing. And, I mean, a lot of people make fun of my singing, but I do a mean karaoke because I put on one heck of a show. And people are on their feet, but I can't sing. I wish I could.
Hey, you could act it out.
That's about it, but no Grammys there. But you never know. I have other awards, so it's okay.
That's what counts.
Yeah, no Grammys, no EGOT. Without a Grammy, I don't think you can get an EGOT, right?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm glad that you have Grammys. That's important.
Thank you very much.
I so enjoyed this, and I can't wait to get a little bit of tape of Bob Anderson. I won't sell it. I'll be really good because I got friends in this room, and I got to take care of my friends. But I'm really excited about it.
Thank you very much.
And thank you very much, Joel. This is just a riot. Thank you.
Okay, bye.